Hey guys, good morning. Integrity at Win-Win Real Estate. I wanted to get on and kind of go over a question that I know a lot of you might have in mind. That question being, how do you know if it's the right time to buy, and or is it the right time to buy right now? And maybe that question could be also, is it the right time to sell, or how do you know when it's the right time to sell? So real quick, we're going to go over that in two parts. First, how do you know if it's the right time to buy? Second, how do you know if it's the right time to sell? So, how do you know if it's the right time to buy, guys? It's going to be, it depends. That's the answer. The best answer for that is it depends. And it depends on your situation, it depends on your prerogative, and it depends on what you want to do with the house and what your intentions are. So if you are intending to occupy the house, if you're intending to buy a house to live in, escape the cycle of rent that just constantly goes up, and every year you have no security of whether or not your rent's going to be increased, whether or not your landlord is going to sell the house, and you're going to be left looking last minute to try to find another property. So if that's what's on your mind, or if that's what your situation is, you're looking to buy a house to occupy, to live in, right? And when you're looking to buy a house to occupy and live in, what's going to be your most important factor, or your highest priority? That highest priority is going to be your monthly costs, because you can either be up to here with bills, or you can breathe easy knowing that you're living within your means and you make well more than enough to afford your living, right? To afford the roof over your head. So what that boils down to is your mortgage, and what affects your mortgage, whether or not you're going to have an expensive mortgage or whether or not you're going to have an affordable mortgage, and that's going to be your interest rate. So for those of us that are looking to buy a house to live in, our highest priority is going to be securing the lowest interest rate so that we can have the most affordable mortgage payment every month. This doesn't necessarily mean that your highest priority should be the purchase price of the home. And I'll go over an example of that. 2 years ago, if you were to buy a house at $260,000 at 6.5, 6.7%, which is about where the interest rate was a year and a half ago, that mortgage would be around $1,800 to $1,900 on $260,000. So today, at a 2.8, 2.7% interest rate, at the most 3.5, under 4%, even with down payment assistance, you guys are gonna have, for instance, let's say you buy a $350,000 house, but your interest on that is down to 2.8, 3%. Well, you're gonna be paying around 18, maybe $1,900 a month on 350,000, depending on what you could put down also, right? But let's say you just bare minimum, bare bones, we're just looking at interest rates. So you could see that a year or two ago, at a 6.5, 6.7% interest, you're going to be paying $1,800 to $1,900 on $260,000 loan for a $260,000 house. Or today, you're going to be paying the same amount on a $350,000 house. So you're getting actually much more house for the same monthly payment, for the same mortgage amount, right? That's what the importance of the interest rate is for you, those of us that are wanting to live in the house. If you're looking at buying a house to eventually make a profit by selling the house in the near future, well, then your priority is going to be front end cost. So you want to make sure you're buying at the most affordable purchase price, so that when you go and sell the house, you can make the most back end profit, right? And then to get into how do you know whether or not it's a good time to sell, I think this one is pretty evident, guys. You know it's a good time to sell when the house prices are at a peak, right? And right now we're sitting at the top of the market. We've seen increases over the last, I'd say, 6 months. Since the beginning of the year, we've seen constant increase in average purchase price over the last 6 months. And so what that tells us is a trend of the market going in an upward direction. So that means it's a perfect sign for you to think about putting your house on the market and securing the equity that you've earned in this time. Well, if you've had your house for the last 3 years, 4 or 5 plus years, it might be a great time for you to consider thinking about listing your house for sale. And the great news is you can get into another house and probably even be with potentially a lower mortgage payment even today. So, like I said, it all depends. Depends on your situation individually and what you're looking to get out of your purchase, whether that's an investment or whether that's a primary residence. So I hope that kind of helped you guys out. I got to go into the bank now, but I wanted to kind of make this video just to answer those questions and just bring forth some good information. So please, guys, if you have any more questions, comment on this video, like, share to anybody in your friends or family that you think might make good use of this information or might be in need of this information. Please let them know. They can get a hold of me anytime. You guys know the number. It's on literally every single post I do. Get a hold of me, whether that's through Messenger, whether that's through texting me or calling me. I'm always available. And guys, make sure that if you're ever going to buy or if you're ever going to sell, let me help you guys out with that. And let's make sure that you guys do that with integrity. Okay? You don't want to be buying a house. You don't want to be selling a house without understanding to the full extent the entire process. And I can definitely help you guys with that. Guys, have a good day. Remember, this is Jonathan Maldonado, Integrity at Win-Win Real Estate. Let's go get it.